It has been 453 days since now 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers vanished from his home in Hendersonville. His disappearance sparked national headlines, but now his father says the case is losing momentum. With National Missing Children's Day coming up on Sunday, he is raising his voice and demanding urgency. News 2's Caitlin.
I went and talked to neighbors, and every single one of them, every single one, welcomed me. And if they had video surveillance, they gave it to me. The only person that would not talk to me, as the only person that had something to hide and wouldn't talk to me. You know, she has a son that's hiding and waiting for somebody in the dark, late night on the 25th, and there needs to be some explaining for that. I'll just leave it at that.
That we are going to keep searching, we are going to keep looking, we are going to find him, and we are going to bring him home.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value. It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
Because the investigation remains ongoing.
Yeah, I'm working on behalf of Sebastian. I am not, my client is Sebastian, and they're the guardians that have the ability to sign.
It just started. Hi Dad, I know this is gonna sound weird, but tomorrow's picture day. So could you send some decent clothes over to me so that I can wear the decent clothes and be handsome for my birthday with all the decent clothes? Mom.
Because our heart is missing. He is my world. I need him. I need him back with me.
I don't understand that. What?
On right now, that is not something that I believe we're privy to at this point with law enforcement. I believe we're privy to.
I don't understand that. What?
I need you to change your words.
I
need you to change your words. Y'all didn't do shit.
I
need you to change your words.
I
need you to change your words.
I believe we're privy to.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversations about where it was, when it was, and how it was.
didn't do shit.
I need you to change your words.
I believe we're privy to.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversation
About where it was, when it was, and how it was.
Privy to.
My truck,
shit.
I believe we're privy to.
my truck,
Shit.
Conversation. My truck.
Privy to.
My truck.
I believe we're privy to.
Doesn't need to be in anybody's conversation.
I need you to change your words. I need you to change your words. Y'all didn't do shit.
So let me tell you something.
My truck.
Shit.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversation.
Shit. Conversation. My truck. About where it was, when it was, and how it was.
I believe we're privy to.
Shit.
I own half.
Well.
I own half. My neighbors own half. Period.
I just came from the TBI headquarters in Jackson, Mississippi.
I own half.
Somebody with a videotape and put pictures.
Privately owned property
They
back
just
there.
fucking posted all sides of that property.
I mean, the easement between houses is not usually.
I own it.
Isn't that fucking stuff?
I own half. My neighbors own half. Period.
I believe we're privy to.
My truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversations.
Conversation. My truck? About where it was, when it was, and how it was. About where it was, when it was, and how it was. Conversation. My truck?
I believe we're pervy too.
Stop it, Chris. Knock that stuff off. Okay, welcome everybody. Happy Saturday. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your weekend to watch the show. We got a lot to go over. Actually got a lot of info today that I wasn't even preparing for this live. And it is very interesting stuff. And I have to kind of be careful on what I say right now. But let's see here. Give me a second. The main part of the show is going to be kind of a part 2 on what we did on Thursday, right? Yeah. Which is kind of going over the sightings in Maryland and what the van, and I was kind of hinting that 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 sighting, those pictures I showed you, were most likely crispy. And so I was able to speak to my source, and they said that I could show a little bit more on what I had to kind of block out. And as you may have seen in the thumbnail, I kind of showed part of it, but we'll show more. And I think for those that may have been, weren't sure it was crispy, and I understand people being skeptical. Totally understand that. But yeah, like I said, it's most likely crispy, and we'll go over that. But let's please hit that like button. I was wondering if I should start out with this. Maybe I'll do it, and then I'll recap it again for those that come in a little bit later, because I am kind of starting an hour earlier than I usually do. I do apologize. And thank you guys for the jewel gifts. Hopefully YouTube will allow me to be able to see them all, and so I can shout everybody out. But right now it's just I don't know. It's weird. But I do appreciate those people that send in the jewels and stuff, or any kind of support. That's awesome. So let's start out before we get into what Crispy and KK have been doing, and what it seems like, in my opinion, what they allegedly might be, what it appears they may be doing. Kind of just repeated myself. But let's get into Sumner County Sheriff's Office. I just got an update. I have to kind of be careful about this, but this will be something, I can't say 100%, but we may be able to bring what I'm going to tell you guys to the table. If that makes sense. I have to kind of right now be a little cryptic with it for now, again, because I protect my sources. But let's get into it. So an incident happened with a local in Sumner County, Tennessee, not too far from where Sebastian went missing. And during that, they ended up kind of having a conversation because they followed the case. And so the case that the thing that the Sumner County guys showed up for was not for Sebastian. It was just for a different thing. And so anyway, they did the report and stuff, or whatever was going on. And then they kind of started talking about the case, about Sebastian. And basically, they said they are working on it. They are still getting leads. And I think basically, I've got Craddock up here, and obviously I do not care for Craddock, and I think there's always that thing where you have a bad apple and some kind of agency, and then it makes the rest of the agency look bad. But there are good, actual deputies, law enforcement that are wanting to do something with this case. But unfortunately, they're working on other stuff, or they just don't have that one piece of evidence to, nail these people that were responsible. So, they were talking, and again, I can't promise anything, but there's potential, and it would take weeks, but there's potentially a chance that we could get some of that audio. But again, I don't want to say too much, because again, this was really big. They said that they had literally got a sighting at Texas Roadhouse with Sebastian. I don't know the exact date, but apparently it was recent, and recent could be, months, could have been late last year or something like that. And they actually went and told Texas Roadhouse before they showed up. So there was alleged sighting of Sebastian at, I don't know if it's at the same Texas Roadhouse. It could be. I don't know if there's like more than one in Sumner County. If you guys know, please let me know in chat. And so they had actually called Texas Roadhouse and told them, hey, don't do anything with the glass, because apparently the kid that looked like Sebastian was, had a glass. And so they had them put that aside, and they actually went and did like a DNA test. I'm assuming did a DNA test on it. They didn't go into very specific details, but they did say they went and checked it out, told them to put that glass aside. And so it does seem like they are doing stuff. Obviously, they're not going to, come out and update us, right? Another thing is that sorry, I'm just seeing how if I can word this. I don't know if you guys remember. Do you guys remember the rumor about them allegedly showing up before 6:30? Remember the dispatch audio said it was there. The call came in at 6:35, but allegedly, I think at like 6 a.m. there was alleged sighting of them, like already getting ready. I don't know if you guys do remember that. And anyway, this guy, there was two of them, and one of them said that, yeah, they arrived at 6 a.m. at the, not at the house, but one second here. So there's the house. And this is where they were stationed at, right here, that the fire station. This is where the command center was, right? So there's, oops, that's the new development. But there's the home, and they were staged here. And so that's where the command center was. There was apparently rumors that they had seen him there at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. And remember, the call allegedly came in at 6:30. And remember, Katie even said, like, when she's driving, remember, we've got the footage of her at 6:26. I think it's 6:26 in the neighborhood, which means 6:36. It's one of those two. 26 or 36. Gosh, that's terrible. I forget the time. But either way, regardless, we see her driving, and remember she said, like, while she's driving, she was told, like, oh, now the call has come in. But yet, one of these deputies allegedly claimed that they got here at 6 a.m. So if you guys are kind of confused on what I'm trying to say is, remember how they didn't call 911, they called into the non-emergency line. Well, it seems like they were notified much earlier than 6:35. If you guys get what I'm saying. And yeah, I don't want to go too much because that was a lot of privileged information shared with me. But yeah. So that is wild. Blessed Wife says there's only one text. Okay, so they went to the same one. But yeah. And again, I want to be very careful, but it's possible that we could get some audio of that. But again, how we have to get it and everything would take some time. But that could be. And boy, if we got the audio of that, and if we actually had that officer saying like, yeah, I got there at 6 a.m., like that is, because again, that goes against the timeline. Because again, remember, Katie woke up at 6 a.m., right? So, yeah, that would, man, that'd be wild. Blessed Wife, thank you for all you do. Thank you so much, Blessed Wife. Much appreciated. God bless. Blue Third, Sebastian will be found soon. I feel it. You know, I'll say one thing. Covering true crime for a long time, many different cases, and these kind of cases, especially with a child, all of a sudden just disappears under suspicious circumstances. You know, when you go with the statistics, they're not good. And I would say last year and the year before, I would say, you know, if I had to bet one way or the other, if he was alive or not, I would say, you know, sadly, no. But I think now more than ever, I do think there is, you know, a chance he could be out there. Because definitely don't think he made it home, in my opinion. But hopefully, you know, that you guys find that valuable. Because again, that is coming from the horse's mouth. Like that is not like hearsay. That is literally coming from them. And yeah. And there could be some more, but I don't want to say too much right now because again, this was told to me in confidence, and I need to kind of make sure I get. But like I said, when I tell you guys I know stuff for sure and I can back it up, I tell you guys if I'm not 100%, I'll be honest with you. Just like the whole like sighting of Crispy that we're gonna get into, I just trying to tell you guys, you know, like pretty sure it's him, which we're gonna get into now. So, but and if you guys missed what I was talking about, I'll kind of recap it at the end. If you guys try to remind me, I'll kind of write something down. But that is a good sign. Basically, from just to kind of like capitalize everything that I heard, it does sound like whatever kind of tips they get or leads, it's not like they just push those to the side. They do actually follow up on them. So again, and this is Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and you guys know how like I feel, and many of you guys feel. It does sound like there are good people in there. I know, you know, when they were out there protesting, you know, one of them looked like they flipped Seth off. So I know there's probably a lot of mixed feelings. And maybe there's some bad apples in that, you know, department, but it sounds like there are some good people that want this case to be solved. So, all right, guys, I gotta fix my blinds real quick. Let me go full screen and let's get started. Sandy. That's so true. Yeah, boy, I wish. Yeah, Bridgie, I will go over that again towards the end. I'm sorry because it's kind of a big story. I'll quickly just say it again, Bridgie. The timeline is Crispy allegedly. The dispatch call came in around like 6:30. Remember, they said it was like 6:35, right? I forget the exact minute, but it's like 6:30 something that the dispatch call came in. Well, there was a rumor back in the in the beginning that allegedly they had saw them here or like one or like getting ready at 6 a.m. So, and remember, Katie said she was still on the phone when she was driving to the school around 6:20. Like the phone call of them on the non-emergency line that allegedly is supposed to be quicker than 911. Yet if they're already here, that means that call came in much sooner. Is basically what we're trying to say, which totally contradicts what Chris and Katie had said. 6:33. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm working with other timelines right now, so I don't have all those like stocked in my head. Okay, let me go full screen real quick. I gotta just fix my blinds. The sun is coming up. Okay. All right, guys. So again, this is going to be kind of part 2 of what we did Thursday, but I'm going to show you some a little bit more unredacted photos because I was trying to hint that this is crispy, and there could be something really funky going on. And yeah, and I think people need to be aware of this, especially since we have an audience that's all throughout the states and the world. And, if they're allegedly moving or if they're living in 2 different places, like, it seems super weird. And yeah. So anyway, let me go full screen so you can see this, but I did get permission to unredact a little bit of this, and I'll kind of explain a little bit more than I did on Thursday about the pictures and stuff. But as you can see here, what is that? Brinks? Oh, interesting. Well, we'll have to talk about that a little bit later. But let's get all the context of where this van has been, because um, it's I think it's very important. Man, that would be nice to have like some kind of, yeah, whistleblowers or something. Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen. Um, but yeah. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. That's so cool. Hey, you never know. He could be out there again. Blessed wife, I'm a local and we have great deputies. However, I'm not a fan of Craddock or Carter. Do not like how they handled the case. Yeah. Yeah, I think we all can agree with that. All right, let's get with it. So what I'm going to be playing again is something, and of course, going to shout out Voices of Truth because they first got this Carfax of the van, and this van has been in some, has been basically driving all across the country. Been on the West Coast, and now it looks like it's been, spending time on the East Coast, which we'll get into. But let's start off on the West Coast, and let's listen to mainly Crispy, but Katie's kind of there too, which is on, I believe, Queen Bee's channel, and this was shortly after Voices of Truth put their first video out about showing where this van was, where they got the actual Carfax because they actually have the proper information, right? VIN number, whatnot, and yeah,
Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And so listen to how they act. And I'm going to show here in just a second. And again, this is just bringing the full context of where this van has been because it gets super sus. But this is how they act when just after, like not long after they put this video out. This is how they responded. Now, keep in mind, this first report doesn't have everything that, this was one report. Then, we got a new one just recently for you guys, and for this case. And, now it has a lot more with the Maryland stuff in it. But it did show that, the van not only had been in California, but also been in Maryland. But notice they don't ever talk about the Maryland trip, but they definitely make fun of the California, which is super.
Can you ask Katie if she has my beach towel packs, please, for me to come visit her in the California?
Yes, I need. Oh yeah, can I get a ticket to Cali too? I forgot to ask. Rumor
Bitch,
has
you're
it.
already going. I sent
Oh,
it to you.
that's right. That's right.
You should have hitched a ride in the van.
Well,
I'm here. I'm just keeping my mouth shut.
I'm fired up on it. I just got done rolling it.
Queen, are you excited?
Yes, I am coming down. I'm going to Cali and hang out with Katie for a little bit. Rumor has it.
Well, I was just going to say, the Bears.
Are you
just
going? Are
beat.
you allowed? Are you going or what? Are you allowed?
I don't know.
I think we're supposed to keep it a secret from Lollies. So
I think it's an
They're
all girls trip,
separated.
honestly.
She's
You're
not
broke
gonna let
up.
him go.
Oh, she broke up. Fuck! I forgot about that. Oh, fuck.
Oh, sorry guys. Sometimes Nightbot deletes things. I think the weight thing. Yeah, just be careful with the weight. Try not to be too.
Yeah, I guess I'm on the market now. What's up?
Yeah, I'm just saying, shit. Open market. Katie's gonna kick our ass.
I'm not hearing, but y'all were supposed to jump in the van.
But as you can see, so June of last year they started. So it was seen the van was kind of shown that when she had gotten it. Let me back it up here. As we can see, it had been in Tennessee. Looks like she was just kind of doing her usual thing, working probably around in Sumner County or Hendersonville. Here it says Antioch. Is it? Oh God, I probably butchered that again. I'm just gonna say in that area. I forget how you pronounce that. That one's so weird. But as you can see, it was kind of normal for 2025 early, and I'm sure that was kind of in 2004 as
I'm
well.
here. I'm just keeping my mouth shut.
I'm fired.
But then summer of last year, 2025, then all of a sudden, the van heads over to Cali.
Rolling it.
Queen, are you excited?
Yes, I am coming down. I'm going to Cali and hang out with Katie for a little bit. Rumor has it.
Well, I was just going to say, the Bears.
Are you
just
going? Are
beat.
you allowed? Are you going or what? Are you allowed?
I don't know.
I think we're supposed to keep it a secret from Lollies. So
I think it's an
They're
all girls trip,
separated.
honestly.
She's not gonna let him go.
Oh, she broke up. Fuck! I forgot about that. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I guess I'm on the market now. What's up?
Yeah, I'm just saying, shit. Open market. Katie's gonna kick our ass.
Antioch. Yeah. God, man, that's because you want to say anti, when you see, you got to love English. But thank you, criminal. Appreciate it. But as you can see, they're making fun of it, and I know we kind of went over this yesterday, but remember in this report that they had in Voice of the Truth, they also showed that the van had been in Maryland, I think once or twice from their report from up until what they had gotten at that time. They don't mention Maryland at all, but they make fun of the whole California trip. And again, I'm just going to say, it's a little odd that it ended up down in El Cajon.
Hearing, but y'all were supposed to jump in the van.
July.
Shady. Yes, girl.
First off, hold on. Can I just say this? There ain't no way in hell she is going to California alone because she don't know directions from shit. Like, let's cut the shit. She ain't going to no California by herself.
Ain't happening.
Girl, look, we was at a farmer's market.
So as you can see, this report here that they had, this is their one. That's not right. This is the one they presented, and it did show the Elkridge, Maryland, I think twice. Correct me, hindsight, from the report. I think it was up to December that they had. And so in basically summer and up to fall, early fall, I guess, September. And right, I guess that's still summer, right? September is. But then in basically late fall, December, early winter, vehicle was showing that it was going to Elkridge. And look at the mileage change. I know that's been talked about before, but they definitely like doubled the mileage, put nearly 20,000 miles on it in 3 months between September and December of last year.
Oh God, Queen, hear me when I tell you this. We was at the farmer's market, 0.7
Yeah,
miles from her house.
sus.
Tell me why she's putting in her address in the GPS. I said, Katie, what in the fuck are you doing? You make one turn, a left.
Oh my God.
I feel you, Katie. I'm with you, girl.
That was me.
I do the same thing.
Lori, yeah.
But truthful.
My God.
While them towels are packed,
El
them
Cajon.
plane tickets are.
Man, yeah. Math was my strong suit. English was not my best. So I do apologize if I butcher something. Please, please forgive me. I'm not perfect, but yeah, thank you for helping me out, Ellie. El Cajon. El Cajon. El Cajon. I'm just gonna
Ball, even though y'all went in the van, the jet
just very
sitting
close to the border of Mexico, which is super sus.
on the runway, standing by.
You can't tell people that I don't have super secret squirrel ninja skills.
Oh, we're almost
I
done
mean,
with
you
them.
might,
Kai
but
Kai.
navigation is not one. You would literally
I know,
head
they
to
are foul.
California and end up in Kuwait. Somehow you would do that.
That's that super deadly MMA fighter skill she got. She just lacked on the GPS side.
And never make Clue your co-pilot because she sucks at geography.
That's a fact.
So, yeah.
Well, that's how they're going to get from Tennessee to California through Iraq.
Just make sure you flash the headlights to keep mob crew distracted.
That's right. That's right.
All a joke to them. It's all a joke to them. No talking about Cajon. El Cajon. There we go. Thank you guys. Remember, I'm dyslexic too, so if I get like one word in my head or like two different words from the same word I'm trying to say, like that I don't know, I'll flip it. That's gotta love dyslexia. So please bear with me. Okay. So that was their report, and then shortly after they popped up on Queen Bee's live, and it was all joke to them. Nothing about Sebastian or any updates that I can remember. They do these 5 to 8 hour lives. Again, nothing against it. I don't know how people can do that for that long. But yeah, and it is really tough to listen to them because they got well, especially Crispy. I mean, okay. All right. Take these off for just a minute. All right, we got 500 people in here. Thank you guys so much. Please, if you're just coming in, please hit that like button. This is kind of part 2 of what we did on Thursday, but I promise we're gonna have more about the photos and the sightings. And if you missed what I talked about at the beginning, I'll kind of recap it. And I've got some other good comparisons to a couple of things towards the end. And we'll talk about what does this all mean about what's going on with the Carfax, right? Most of you know now, again, before I kind of tease this, because as you can see, it was a commercial van, one owner, Tennessee for 2 years. And then now just recently, as of March of this year, owner 2, and type of owner is now a lease. And we'll kind of explain that because, again, I am, I'm only owned like 3 cars, so I don't never dealt this kind of stuff. This is not my wheelhouse. And if anybody kind of knows this stuff and wants to help kind of explain in the chat, that would be great as well. But I did kind of pull everything up in chat GPT, and it gave me like a couple of scenarios, most likely scenarios of what's going on. And then this will mold a lot better into the sightings. And I think Yeah. Okay, I am just gonna quickly run through this as you guys see that. And Jazz, thank you so much for the Mob Crew membership, and thank you as always for the $10 super chat. Amber Robinson says, "Bring Sebastian home, justice for Sebastian." Yeah, and more than ever now. Again, I know the statistics are not good, but I do feel like there is a better chance now more than ever, in my opinion, that he could still be out there, and that would be awesome. Blessed Wife, thank you so much for the $5. Blue Third, thank you again for the $20. Sebastian will be found soon. I feel it. Thank you so much, Blue Third. It's certainly possible. When we get towards the end, it's not going to be, should only be about an hour and a half show. When we get towards the end and the sightings and stuff, I'll kind of talk about a couple of things. I have to be kind of vague right now, but man, there's potential. Devin, I hope I got that. So shy, Devin M. Thank you so much for coming to member. That's awesome. And Pammy Bear, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. God bless. Release that Kraken. Sharon says, God always reveals the dark, brings it to light. Amen. Here is your prayer. Pray for Sebastian and Seth. Thank you so much, Sharon. And Show Poodles, keep going. Thank you, Chris and crew. Thank you so much, Show Poodles. Again, I know there's so many other cases out there, and I wish I could, help out and cover the other ones. And we will definitely, look into other cases as well. But right now there's a lot of stuff that we're kind of digging into, and of course the report for my Patreons. I may show the old report because I have to update it. I'm not going to get too much into that because I'll get sidetracked. But that is something within a couple of weeks. I'll probably post the old one first, and then, we're going to eventually put everything, get it all together. First, send it to the contacts, FBI, all the other agencies as well, and then we'll put it out online. Okay. So as you can see here, if you weren't here on Thursday, why we're talking about this is the van. If you're wondering what report, just in case if you're just coming in now, this is the Carfax report. This is a real report. If you have the right information, anybody can look it up. This isn't some fake website. This is Carfax. As you can see, as early as March of this year, between the 2-year anniversary, which is wild. This is so wild. Just before the 2-year anniversary, the van, the Brinks van that Katie allegedly uses for work, on the 23rd, renews the registration on it in Tennessee. The next day, which I'm assuming you can do online, right? As long as you've gotten the safety emission. Well, it looks like did that the next day. But that says Maryland, which is interesting. And then March 13th, a new title registration, new owner reported, and it is now not a commercial vehicle, but it's a lease vehicle. Now, again, this is not my cup, my wheelhouse, but I did do a chat GPT, and we will kind of go over like the 3 main scenarios that chat GPT came up with. And then for anybody that's kind of familiar with this stuff, that can chime in, we'll kind of look at chat as well. Oh, Sharon Enriquez. Trust me, and not just me, but so many have, like, it feels like, I want to say like my life's work, because it feels like that's how much, and not just me, but I'm sure others would kind of say that, something similar. Like, there is no way that I would just move on. without this case getting finalized in one way or another. Like, it's just, most of you guys know I've spent way too much time on this, and others, again, because I can't say just me. And as always, I couldn't have done it without you guys. All right. So let's just listen to a quick snippet of Katie real quick. I'm going to go full screen, and then we're going to get into where has the van been. We kind of gone over this Thursday, but I'm going to show you some updated photos that I was allowed to share. I'll give a little bit more insight about them. And yeah, you're going to be in, some of you guys are going to be in for like a 180 on this. It's kind of wild. And some people are not going to be surprised either. I think it's going to be a mix. Campfire says, I feel $1 million reward would bring him home. Yeah, it's too bad they couldn't up that. Because I really do feel like there is a lot of players in this, and if we could just get one to flip, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's no coincidence that, they've Katie and Chris have never put up a reward. They talk about billboards. They want to put the money towards billboards, but never just save that money, pool it, and then put out a reward. Instead, they've done a bunch of billboard stuff, right? And I think that's done on purpose. Oh, that's interesting. I went to Disney. I only went to Disneyland once. I would love to go back there. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna go full screen so we can listen to Katie and how she's never gonna stop looking. But we're gonna have the report up showing that no, she's not looking at all. But it looks like she is moving on. Oops, go full screen here. All right, let's continue on.
Hang in there, and that if he ever had the opportunity to reach out and get a safe adult and call 911 if you have to, that we're.
Are you sure not the non-emergency line? That'd be quicker. You only have to go through a bunch of command prompts that take like 3 to 5 minutes, voice automated stuff. And it does say, if this is an emergency, call 911. That's one of the first things it does when you dial the non-emergency line. It says, if this is like a 911 situation, you should call 911, just for those that may not know. Crispy claims that, calling the non-emergency line is faster. It's bullshit. It's nonsense. Crock of shit.
We're looking, and we're never going to stop looking, and that I pray that he's okay, and that everyone at home loves you, Sebastian, and everyone wants you to come home. And
so what happens when he does come home and you guys are gone, right? Like, just gone. Because that's what it kind of looks like.
We're here.
You're here. That's not what the Carfax shows and what the sightings say. This poor kid, no wonder they left a blanket out for him on the front porch, like a dog, like he was an animal.
How long will you keep searching?
Until my last breath. I'll never stop. I'll never stop searching for him.
I
mean, you got to start searching first.
A lot of times we have these other, intuitions, just different thoughts and feelings about what's going on. Do you have anything in your innermost thoughts that you think happened to him?
Truthfully, I think that there are.
Okay. All right. That's enough of Katie. Because, again, we know that. But, all right. So, this van now has Maryland plates we know of. and a second owner. Now, the owner doesn't mean necessarily Katie or Chris, right? The owner, it could be a bank, it could be a company. And so we're going to get into that because, again, as you can see, it says two owners. I don't know what it says. But as you can see, this is really interesting that just before the 2-year anniversary, this is so wild that, gets renewed. And then it literally goes to Maryland, Elk Ridge, where it had been seen before, right? Elk Ridge, Maryland. This is not the first time it's been there. Because remember, in the summer, it popped up Elk Ridge, Maryland multiple times out there. So what have they been doing out there? And which one is it? Is it both of them? Is it one of them? This is where it gets really interesting. Because again, you think of the Brinks van, you think of Katie, but we may have a twist here. So it's caught at a particular place. Could be a Take 5, where it passes the safety emissions. We know which one, but obviously we're not. We have to be careful with certain information. But yeah. Then right after his 2-year anniversary, I mean, it don't take them long. March 13th, new owner reported, and the van goes from commercial to a leased vehicle. So we'll kind of go over what that is. Indiana, I think we saw it in Kansas and there's a couple of other states. I want to say Virginia, but I could be wrong on that. Oh, interesting. Means the drawer of the box. Oh, thanks, there for Jen. That's interesting. And so this is Elk Ridge. That's where it went, somewhere in here. And then for the title, that was Rockville, Maryland, over here. Which is that place on the screen right there. The DMV, I think some places, I think it's called BMV in certain states, and other states is DMV. I think Ohio's BMV. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so here are the potential outcomes of this whole van situation. And then, again, we've got a little bit of a twist because, again, you think Brinks, Van, and Katie, but we're going to put a twist on it here in a minute. But so, again, I put it in Chat GPT. The one thing at first said is that the timing is interesting. The fact that it got renewed in February, at the end of February, and then literally weeks later, March 13th, the owner changes. And that is pretty quickly. And it says usually when a vehicle is sold, transferred, or absorbed into a fleet/leasing arrangement. I think it's one of the ladders, one of these two, and we're going to get into those scenarios. And if anybody knows more about this kind of stuff and wants to chime in, please let me know. So scenario A, we have A, B, and C, And I think it's going to be the latter two. But the first one says sold or traded van. And that it's certainly possible that it was sold in Maryland. Sorry. Scenario B. Sorry. Take a sip here. Katie or business connected to her, which would be Brinks, transferred the title into a leasing entity, refinanced it, or put it under a commercial lease agreement. In that case, she could still possibly use a van, but the legal owner became a leasing company. And that's why the Carfax now says lease vehicle. Again, that's scenario B. And I do think that could be more likely than scenario A. And then we have scenario C here. And I think it could be B or C. Scenario C, if she worked under another company or contractor network, the van could have been reassigned, fleet transferred, or retitled to another company headquartered in Maryland. So, I'm assuming Brinks is, throughout the states, right? So, could it be like an independent contractor as she's kind of become with that van, it seems like, and now it has been transferred over to Maryland under a different leasing agency, and it was kind of reassigned out there. Again, this is completely out of my wheelhouse. So if anybody else kind of, has any thoughts, let me know, and I'm going to look at chat. But I do think it's more like a B or C. Only because of what we're going to share here in just a minute.
And
okay, here's them being shady about the van when asked. I want to play this real quick so I can go turn on my AC because my window faces the west, so the sun is starting to kind of come down and it heats up. And I'm on the second floor, so it starts to heat up my bedroom. So I'm gonna quickly just let this play real quick, and then we're gonna talk about the sightings because I think this will kind of add to the likely scenarios of what's going on with this van. And yeah.
Sir, what do you drive?
I drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a 2021, I think.
So your Infiniti SUV was parked in the garage or outside the garage that night, Miss Proudfoot?
In the garage.
In the garage. And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only one car at the home. Is that right?
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved. We can't give out that information because we don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
About the make and model of the vehicle.
I have a work van that was also parked in the driveway.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that privileged information?
We just don't have permission from her company to divulge that information.
Interesting.
Have you asked?
No, ma'am, we have not. Nobody's asked us that question.
Was okay. So you have a work van. Question to you, Miss Proudfoot, what do you do for a living?
I am an installation technician.
Okay, and here is, her record here.
You were up till midnight. You were reading something. What were you reading?
A chapter for school.
A chapter for school. Are you in school?
I was, yes, ma'am. I've since dropped my classes for the time.
What are you studying?
Business administration.
Gotcha. Where do you go to school?
DeVry.
Yeah, I just want to mention the DV that I had for the Maryland plate. Again, I just pulled that off I just pulled up a fake Maryland plate. The reason I found one with the DV is there are other vehicles, not the van, but the other vehicles, the truck and her SUV, they have the DV on them. So I don't know. I'm assuming more likely from Crispy, maybe somehow got the disabled vet. But we do know that they have those on their license plates. I don't think on the van though. Actually, I don't want to say I know, but I'm pretty sure it's not on the van. Okay, so let's talk about the van and the sightings in Maryland, right? Now, we did talk about how it was interesting that it showed that Crispy had gone to the University Maryland. Now, I did look this up. He has an associate's degree. I did some more research, and I just want to be forward on this. Apparently, it's UVGC. No, it'd be UMGC, if I recall. This particular school is actually online. So he could have actually, because that's in his LinkedIn profile. We found it interesting because, it's Maryland and all this Maryland stuff. But I did do some research just to be transparent on this. It does say it is usually heavily online, and it's typical that an active duty Navy personnel worldwide could take classes while they're deployed or stationed elsewhere. So it's possible that all of this associate's degree came when he was, in the Navy. So I just want to point that out. But it is still interesting that, happened to be Maryland. Yeah, which is interesting. But yeah, I wanted to be transparent on that. But let's get into the sightings here. So now just kind of going from March of this year. Again, the title gets changed. We have those two scenarios. It still could be under Brinks, but they have like another leasing affiliate that's out in Maryland that has now taken over the title. And that's why it says owner 2. But obviously that doesn't mean that they don't still have the van. Actually, pretty sure they still have the van because of what we're going to talk about in a second. Groovy Gal, thank you so much. Great work, Chris. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we're going to get into the sightings and the timing. Someone was mentioning, seeing Crispy with that vehicle. I agree. Timing of that vehicle is interesting. That's where that college is located. Again, after doing the research, I feel more likely he did that while he was in the Navy. But I guess the only way we'd be able to tell is if, there was like a year that was put on it, but it's not in the LinkedIn profile. So this is what's very interesting is on the 13th of March, I wish I could flip these so it, but this is the timestamp of when that sighting of Crispy. And this person, again, this is somebody that was checking out the cemetery, and then they were turning down towards Stafford. And to them, they said 100% this was Crispy. And, it's a guy with the hat. He's got the beard. I don't have the cleaned up one, unfortunately, right now because there's so much other stuff to get into. But we've gone over this. To me, I'd put it at like 80 to 90%. That's Crispy. That's a Nissan Altima. It did have a temporary tag, which is interesting. Okay. Sorry, guys. I had to go grab something. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. And if you weren't here Thursday, this is really, really interesting. Sorry, my stomach's giving me some issues today, so I do apologize. Not 100% today. So, in between the end of summer of last year and December, so not too long ago. I mean, time flies. Now we're in May, but sometime in November. Well, not sometime. November 16th, 2025. There was a pretty alleged big sighting of Sebastian. And again, we only released this on Thursday. This has been known for a while. And of course, if you've heard this for the first time, I promise you, yes, law enforcement knows. They've known this person, told them right away. I believe he was seen allegedly on a camera. They thought it was him at this Hilton Garden Inn in Lithicum Heights, Maryland. This is why the whole Maryland thing is just absolutely wild. And we just, recently got permission to release this. Sorry, there's like sun's coming in like right on a certain spot on my face. I do apologize. And yeah, so this was wild. And as you can see, like I said, they had been out there sometime between, in the late year. I was going to say late winter, but that would be early winter. Towards the end of December, they definitely were in Maryland, Elkridge, or the van was anyway. And again, when we think of the van, and I keep saying this, we think of Crispy, right? Or I mean, we think of KK. But could it be both of them kind of switching around driving this van? And is there another reason this van could have gotten switched over to like them doing some kind of independent contracting now out in Maryland? I don't know. There could be, obviously there's still so many scenarios it could be, but anyway, this sighting is very interesting because it's very close to the sightings I'm going to show you guys. I showed you guys on Thursday, but I'm going to show you guys a photo, a few photos, but one of them is more unredacted, and yeah. I know. Usually I don't go live at this time. Usually I go about an hour later, so the sun usually is a little bit further down, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, there's just these certain blinds have like those little notches in them, so the sun's just coming through, hit my eye. I just have to be at a certain angle here. But anyway, let me grab the chat. So yeah, this is very interesting because you can see where Elkridge is at and where Lithicum Heights is, and literally it's just around the corner, more or less. It's only 8 miles away, difference. And then we're going to show you the sightings of Crispy, but not only Chrissy, but something else along with it, which is really wild. Since a 41 months, oh, somebody wants to know if there's a new mugshot. Man, one day soon, it will happen. It will happen. You know, with technology, that we have now, and geofencing and cameras everywhere. Again, all it takes is just that one piece that they can, I think they've already got, to me, it sounds like they've already got, a case built, but they need that, that one piece that, a district attorney is going to be able to, go forward on it. Raymond, in my opinion, Mob Crew is going to crack this case. Great work. I appreciate that. 11 months. Thank you so much. It will be a team effort. I do appreciate that. That means the world to me. But it's gonna take everybody. So many people are gonna be responsible in some way or another, contributing to helping this case. And thank you, Raymond, for the Mob Crew membership. And Rachel, blessings. You're truly yours truly, way longer. Forum, laugh out loud. Thank you so much. Sorry, I had to, the way it's put. Thank you so much, Rachel. Melissa, I'm sorry. Motives with the Stinkfeet always seem sketchy. Yep. And Rachel, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. God bless you. Sorry, guys. I don't want to run through them fast and seem like it's not sincere, but I do appreciate everything and the jewels. I wish I could snag those, but I don't know why I can't see those. Only when somebody does it and then it disappears. Okay. So this was investigated. I'm not sure exactly the outcome. Obviously, I think right now, if that lead, panned out, I think, we would heard about it. It's still certainly possible that could have been Sebastian and, they moved him somewhere. And that's certainly possible, but that's all we know for now. But that was really big. I just want to say that I know of. Okay, so now, we have the Elkridge and Lithicum Heights sighting of Sebastian in November. Alleged sighting. Again, there's so many sightings, right? But, of course, you can't discount them because you never know. Oh, that's the 25th, I think, right? If I recall, that's who you're talking about. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm waiting for these guys, or the people responsible for Sebastian's disappearance mugshots. But yeah, is that the 25th, I believe, of this month? For if you don't know what I'm talking about, KK's mother, Frances. So she's an SO, registered RSO. I can't say the entire thing. Not good with children. She has to update her photo and information every 2 years. The mugshot every 2 years, I believe, or 5 years. I think it's 2. But anyway, all right. Now for the bombshell. You guys ready for this? New picture. No, this is I can't say exactly where these photos came from. I can tell you the approximate location, but I can't, because I can't burn my source. This is like way too big, right? And I was lucky enough after my live on Thursday, I got to speak with them, and they allowed me to take one of the photos and kind of show a little bit more, because some people were on the fence, and I understand some people skeptical that I don't believe it may not be Chris, but I was kind of saying, like, when I go, when I do this, I'm trying to hint like it's crispy. I'm telling you, it's crispy. All right, I'm gonna go full screen here. We've seen these, and we'll kind of look at them again, but I'm gonna show you guys an unredacted one here, because again, I have to kind of protect my source. But let's go full screen for a second. So, Crispy, what's Crispy doing? All right, you guys ready for this? And I'll give the context here in a minute. That's right. This was around Lithicum Heights. Now, I just want to say around Lithicum Heights. Okay. That's coming here in just a second. Hold on. Get ready for it. In 3, 2, 1.5, 1 3/4. Come on. Playing? Oh. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So the new unredacted one, the many faces of evil. Okay, so now, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I wonder what that vehicle could be. I wonder. I wonder. Oh, that looks like a van. Could that be the Brinks van? In Maryland? Holy shit. That is the Brinks van, and that is Crispy walking up to it. Bam. Or is it boom? Boom. I need to get like some what do they call them? Little clips, audio clips, sound bites. I need the boom from Silvers. Boom. We're gonna look at more, but I'll kind of give you a little bit because again, I have to protect my source. But this may have came from maybe like a gas station, where maybe a clerk just happened to see somebody and is familiar with this case and is in Maryland and maybe around Lithicum Heights area, and a certain individual was at maybe a gas station, and this person quickly went and took a little snapshot. And yeah, mic drop. There you go, show poodles. I was telling you guys on Thursday, I understand people being skeptical. I totally understand that with this case, right? But hopefully you guys know, like, I'm not perfect, but when I try to hint to you guys, like, telling you guys, like, it's crispy. It's crispy. So now this is where it gets wild, because remember, you think of the van moving around all these states, and you think of Katie, but well, wait a minute. This is crispy with the van. What's he doing with the van? So as you can see, here's the one that I showed before, and I almost wanted to go like, guys, can you kind of see, like, if you kind of saw, like, because you can kind of see the van here. This is the one I showed Thursday. Here's the van, but I trying to be very protective of my source. This is very huge for that person to be able to share this with me. But this person allegedly works at different places, so he kind of felt comfortable. But again, this may have been a gas station, and yeah. Thank you, Harley. And I know others would say that as well. I really appreciate that. But yeah. And you can tell it. Not all are security. Just this particular one with the van. Again, I'm just assuming. I don't know. I think the guy could have just ran. Saw Crispy, took a picture of him, and then quickly maybe went behind the department store counter of wherever you worked, maybe a gas station, and then just took a quick snapshot of him while walking to the Brinks van. But he saw him, and then he noticed the Brinks van, and he or she was flipping out, and inside, of course. But yeah. I don't think that's glove. I think that's just the lighting. Yeah. But as you can see, he's wearing the same thing. Now, notice in this photo, these are all at the same location. These are all at the same location. I just want to say, because they're, one's coming from, I think maybe his camera or their camera, and then clearly this is potentially a picture of maybe a screenshot of the security camera quickly as he's walking back to the van. But these are definitely the same location. The only reason why the pants, again, if you notice his arms, the lighting is different. He has tan pants on, right? These are the same pants. It's just the lighting. Look at his arms. Notice you got more orange in his arm and not here. Like the coloring is just, the lighting of different places is going to light differently. Just like how, dark vehicles, like a blue vehicle can look black, under certain circumstances. So anybody's just kind of wondering. But you can tell he's got two phones. This is the one thing that the person says, like, man, this guy in phones, it's crazy. Yeah, and the way he holds them, yeah. It's nuts. But yeah, man, like I said, when I'm like, trying to tell, because I know some people were a little skeptic, and again, I know, I understand, like, especially with this case, there's been a lot of, like false stuff, and but I just hope people, at least, with my channel, you guys, trust me and what I try to tell you guys, and I try to always be honest about what I do know for sure, and then what I'm, if I'm not 100%, I'm going to tell you guys. But yeah. Kiki says, Mob, send you an email, something I found a few months ago. KP had another workplace listed. Okay, interesting. Thank you, Kiki. I appreciate that. I get some time. I will check my email. Yeah, I would think, stress causes weight gain. Obviously we don't want to shame people on their looks, right, or anything. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, Ellie, but yeah, I mean, just being honest, and straightforward, you know, uh, it does seem like Katie did put on a little bit of weight, especially, and then it looked like she lost a little bit since the more recent sightings. And yeah, it could be again just nervous eating. I don't want to get too much in the weight thing, but yeah. All right, but we got more. But yeah, that we're gonna look and show side by side of the Brinks just for anybody that's still not convinced. We'll look at it. Raymond says, in my opinion, CP has tried to change his locks throughout this case. Yeah, yeah, I think they did that with the home, right, and the code and stuff. They changed a lot of stuff after Sebastian went missing. All of a sudden now they allegedly have cameras and ring cameras on their home right after he went missing. Yet they did have cameras before he went missing. It's no secret. Yeah. But thank you, Raymond. And so here's the van. Now, unfortunately, I don't know, unless anybody has like a picture of the Brinks van on the driver's side, that is the only one. Like I have the front, the side. I have one that's kind of like the front to the right of the driver's side. Like I think it was Silver's when he's driving, but you can't see the Brinks logo because it's only on this side. It's only on the driver's side. It's not on the left or the left. On this side, the passenger side. But I'm gonna flip it. Now keep in mind the door. There's a sliding door. So you can get into the back on the passenger side. It's only so this would you can see the door handle here. If it was the passenger, it would have an extra one right here, but. You can see the tires. I'll go full screen for a second so you guys can look at this. Chesapeake. Yeah, I mean 4 hours. Yeah, I forget what's in Chesapeake. But we'll come back to that campfire. Let me go full screen so we can kind of look at this vehicle. And so, yeah, as you can see, that's the only one. And again, if there's anybody that by chance is driven by and has got the driver's side, that'd be amazing. But again, so keep in mind, this is flipped, right? I just flipped it so we could kind of examine it. But I snagged the actual model off Google, and so I kind of pulled that up so you can kind of see, it's the van, but and again, if there's anybody that doesn't think that, everybody's entitled to their opinions, of course, but I'm telling you, like, there's always a little bit I can't say. I always tell you this, guys, especially when it comes to my sources, because there's a reason why. And I don't know. Maybe I'll get into this soapbox towards the end, but just talking about other creators in general, like how I've been kind of lucky enough to have people come forward and trust me is because they watch other channels. They watch, because if they're investing in a case, in Sebastian, and they come across information, especially if it's something that, if they give out, it could, like this source, like don't want to give away exactly where this is at or whatnot, or the person. And so, they kind of watch other content creators, because obviously they're invested in the case, and, they kind of see how, how honest they are, or, whatnot, or in their intentions. And I'm just gonna this is just kind of advice for other channels. People are watching, So anyway, yeah, you can see the driver's side. Here's the exact model from Google. And, again, it's too bad he's blocking the gas can part. I think that's where that looks like the gas thing right there. The tires, exactly the same. Again, the top, it's hard to see what's on the top because, again, it's cut off. But we have the brakes, the window, the little light, the blinker light here. The black trim going along here. Oh, it wasn't wrapped with the logo until May of 2025. Oh. Interesting. So I wonder, is it on both sides? Do you think it's on both sides, hindsight, then? I would think that if they wrapped it, they would put it on both sides, right? It was going to be for Brinks. That's interesting. That's interesting timing, May, because remember, that's when they then go down to Cali. I think, well, yeah, there is rumors that, yeah, she allegedly moved. Don't know for sure. That's KK's mother, who was at the, has been in Virginia, which is just south. It's not far from this area. But anyway, let's kind of move on here. Oh no, Sasha, that's not cool. Oh, that's terrible, Sasha. Sorry, I don't want to put that on screen. That is terrible. Yeah, don't. Yeah. Please call law enforcement if that's. Oh, yeah. Cats are my. I mean, I love all animals, but cats. I'm a cat guy. So, we'll talk about these photos because, again, there's more than one sighting. And, again, this is around this time, right, in Maryland. So, again, one of the things I wonder is, could it be Crispy that's now kind of using the van? Potentially. Are they using it to, and even before all this Maryland stuff, were they using it to move, their stuff? Trying to, kind of go lay low. Instead of having a big U-Haul come out, and neighbors see it, they could just load the van, in the middle of the night and then just take it out. And then, because obviously these vans just kind of blend in and nobody be none the wiser. The Bob Crew. Typos. That happens. The Bob Crew. But yeah, so here's kind of, when we were trying to, before we showed the van, kind of showing clearly he's grown out the beard. I think it looks much longer only because he's got the blue long sleeve shirt on or whatever that is. It kind of blends in, so it makes it look like it's longer than it may actually be, right? But the one thing my source told me is, and look at this. All these are from the same location. As you can see, same hat, glasses, the phone. Like, oh my God, I've got to have my two phones. There's the one thing he says is like, this guy's obsessed with two phones. Kiki, the other job listed, Chris, was to do with business. Okay. Is this something that you emailed? I'll take a look at it here in just a little bit. I've got a video set up, and while that's going, I'll check my emails here in a bit. Oh yeah. That's why my one of my very few well, my logo, Mob Crew, it's designed as a cat. I mean, again, I love all animals, but yeah. But yeah, look, what's up with the two phones? Like, I think that's super sus. And I think that just shows, because this is all going on, like, March-ish. Kind of be. I want to say beginning of this year. I guess March is kind of considered. Let's do a poll now. Let's just see, like, if there's anybody still maybe on the fence. Because, again, I don't, again, I don't blame people for being skeptic. Last time it was 70-30. And we got more. Let's see. Do you use Christian in the photos? Yeah, that's exactly Sparrow. Yeah. Okay. I'm running a poll so that way nobody gets outed if they don't feel. And again, I don't blame people if they do. Rug dealer. Yeah, I do definitely. Yep, 100%. But yeah, the source said, like, man, this guy's obsessed with having two phones, like always out, always on the phone. When I heard, allegedly. I tried to run these through AI once, but again, they're just not good quality, and AI just blends pixels together. It does not look good. It does not look good. Yet, Sparrow, it is true. It depends. Again, I'm not an expert. I've watched a lot of videos, and some of it I've retained, and some of it I've it's gone to the ether. But yes, there's definitely, it just kind of depends on what they do. Because remember, Rex Sherman, he used a lot of burner phones, but I think one of them, or multiple, God, it's been a while. And I know there's recent stuff with that case. Obviously he admitted to taking all the lives. So I'm glad, that families are finally going to get some kind of resolution in that case. But yeah, I think, didn't they track one of them or something like that, if I recall? Now, this one was from a separate time. But as you again, look. So again, all these other ones are from the same day. But this one's a different sighting. As you can see, he's got clearly looks like a hoodie on. And the pants are dark. So this is a different one. And I don't think he has glasses in this one. It's tough to say. I don't think he has it. Yeah, because I think there would be some glare right here if he had glasses. I could be wrong. It's interesting. It almost looks like he's got like one of those earpieces, but that looks like way too long. But the one thing you notice is clearly one phone and maybe a second phone in his other hand. It's kind of hard to tell, but definitely one phone for sure. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Like, obsessed with phones. Yeah, so okay, yeah. So yeah, if they don't get rid of them, yeah, so now burner phones, yeah, are not as easily disposable, I guess, or however you want to say it. But so yeah, there was these are all the same sighting. As you can see, he's wearing all the same. He's got the same hat. I'm telling you, it's the clover hat that he's always wearing. Again, I tried to run AI, but it just blends it into almost a square. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, these are all the same occasion. And so remember, this is him, and we know that this is going to the Brinks van, and this was around Lithicum Heights. And then he was spotted again, potentially in the same area where he was seen wearing that dark hoodie. And yes, the van. The person wasn't able to get the van that time, but yes, he had the van. I should mention that. So there's 2 separate occasions. I can't say the dates because I have to be careful with my source. They've been very generous to allow me to show these. And so I wonder, let me know your thoughts. I do wonder, like, it seems like now he's running around with a van, and now it's got, changed over into Maryland. And so is he running a business using that van, or, something to that effect? Let me know what you guys think. The camper, which we're going to talk about here in a second, has not been seen. I want to say since February or March-ish of this year. I think it was seen at the beginning of this year, the camper or trailer. I'm just going to call it camper. I know it's a 5th wheel trailer, but I just feel easier to just say camper. And that has not been seen. And again, so you got to think, like, where's the camper? You got, at the very least, you got Crispy out in Maryland. And then you got the home in Tennessee. So is the camper in Tennessee, or did they bring the camper out to Maryland? Because let's say if Katie's kind of been hanging back at the home, maybe just speculating, and it's Crispy out here in Maryland, where's he staying? And so did he bring out that camper and he's out here somewhere, in Maryland, close to the capital? I think so too. Right, Jason. Yes. CP doesn't work for Brinks, but the van could have been switched over. If I understand, it could have been switched over to another independent contractor, and it's now being used for something else. Well, I guess it's got the Brinks logo on it. I have no idea. Maybe he has now started working for Brinks. We just don't know it yet because, hasn't been updated. I don't know. Like, this is like new territory. I'm sure more information will come out. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a complete twist because you think Brinks van, you think Katie, but no, like there are sightings. I am showing you CP with the van in Maryland. And it is now, Maryland plate, tags, what have you. I think it's Crispy that's the disabled vet. I could be wrong on that. See where the votes are at. So we got 82 and 18%. We've got more votes in. So there's still a few that don't feel like it's Crispy. And again, I don't blame people for being skeptical. But as I did on Thursday, it's Crispy. It's Crispy. I'm telling you, like, for those that know me and been with me for a long time, if I'm not sure about something, I'm going to tell you. But if I know, like I know, because there's other things that I know, again, and I know people hate that. But again, like, Little things that I know that it's just like, this is crispy. I'm telling you. But if you don't, again, if you're not 100% convinced, again, everybody's entitled to their opinions and beliefs. We don't want to call them trolls. I think there could be just some people that are, again, there's been a lot of disinformation out there, so I don't blame people for being skeptical. I do think there is probably a few that, could be in that category, but so I'm going to show you guys, sorry, this is loud. I'm going to go full video on this, and then we're going to go to the camper here. But I'm going to show you, you're going to notice, well, you can probably already see it, but I'm going to go full screen on it and pause it a couple times. You can actually see, now I don't know if these are the same exact pants. Remember, depending on the camera and lighting, the pants can look different. I guarantee you they may not be the same exact pants, but I'm pretty sure these are like the same kind of brand kind of pants. But look at the boots as well. So this is Crispy. Looks like he's wearing my hat. That's so funny. I should send him a Mob Crew hat. That'd be so funny. But anyway, I'm gonna play this video. You'll notice the pants and the boots. Just for anybody, you'll notice. And like I said, remember these are the same. This is the same day. Again, just each camera color is different. But they're gonna come down. I'm gonna show him all, and just notice his boots and pants on the right. And yep. So here we go. Full screen on this, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Let me turn this down so it's not too loud. So as you can see, he's got that kind of tan boots, tan cargo pants.
No, stick. Hands on the stick. Don't take them off. Your right hand. Okay? Outward. Hold. Push down. Hold. Up. Alright. Your left stick. Pull up. Hold. Right stick. Push down just a little. Keep going. Hold. Left stick. Pull back. Alright, hold. Go back out.
I mean, he may have a work glove on. I don't know. Sometimes stuff blends in. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I was just kind of noticing that. But yeah, the boots. You look at them. I know it's not the best quality, but definitely the typical cargo. I know they're not like the like a lot of people. Even I have a pair of these kind of pants. Maybe not the same brand, but.
Up. There you go. A little bit out. Down. Down. Oh. Bucket only. Break the bucket up. Curl your bucket.
No. The other stick towards your knee. There you go.
But yeah, I mean that definitely think that's I mean I'm telling you guys it's crispy but yeah, definitely boots, and I think they are a match in my opinion. Oh yeah, steel toe boots. Yeah. Oh, coffee cup. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, 100. I mean, yeah, sadly. Yeah, that could be. Oh, I just missed a comment. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, yeah, it could be. Yeah, because like I said, it could have came from a gas station attendant, that manager or something. Again, I'm just being kind of cryptic to protect my source's identity, but yeah, out there in Maryland, and yeah, now I kind of do think it could be a work glove that he got on there, because that is quite the color difference. Uh, yeah, not sure. Not sure on that, but just one more time, the Brinks van. Again, it's before I had to block this out because I was lucky enough to get the photos and be able to just show that he's been spotted out there. And again, just one last thing before the trailer is, he's been spotted out there. Really interesting that there was that sighting of Sebastian out in Lithicum Heights. Oh, one more thing. Okay. There's been other sightings. There's tons of sightings. I think that's with this case, because there's so many people, and that's what's amazing. You guys, continue. It's not just me or other content creators. It's everybody that's following this case that keep Sebastian's name alive, right? And so they're aware and they're keeping their eyes out for, Sebastian mainly, of course. And I just want to say that there was another sighting. And again, it's all been, it's been turned in. So I can't show it right now and I can't say exactly where, but I will say that this particular sighting, not the one at the hotel in November, this was a little bit more recent. And I would say it's within a little over an hour's drive away from all of this. And so that's being looked into kind of as we speak. Maybe eventually I'll be able to kind of show like what I was talking about if there's something pans out or whatever. But yeah, there has been a sighting. I have to be cryptic for now, but again, maybe next week or I just have to play it by ear, right? Some of these things I have to see how those people that send that stuff to me or other people, and if they're comfortable allowing me to show it, but we'll see. Agree, it does look like he's wearing gloves. Yeah, it kind of does there. Again, all these are all together, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, that's the thing is like now with the van being out there and it's Crispy, not KK, like, is it him now using the van as an independent contractor for something? And I definitely think, in my opinion, the van has been used. The reason why there's a ton of mileage, it had 40,000 plus miles on it. And then it all of a sudden went to, or no, it had 20,000 miles on it, 26,000 miles on it or something, 28. And then all of a sudden, nearly 20,000 miles put on it within a 3-month period. So yeah, a lot of sighting of Crispy out there, and no KK. So like, what's going on? And then of course the camper, which is a trailer. It's fifth wheel. This is it. This is a picture with it down and out. Here's where, don't you talk about his truck, where it's hooked up there. Or maybe not hooked up, because I'm assuming that all that stuff has to go in, right? But yeah. Okay, Kiki, you got me a little curious. I'm gonna play the interior real quick here. Some of you guys may have seen it. This is the model that they have. So I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna pull up my email and see what we got going on. And then if you came in at the middle of the show or late, you missed what I talked about with Sumner County. I will recap that, because if you missed that, I promise you, I have literally updates from Sumner County, literally from the horse's mouth. And so if you missed that, I will recap that, because I do think it's very important. So let me go full screen, and so I can go look at the emails real quick. Boy, how nice would it be to be in that camper? So it looks like 80-20. I think that's probably where it's going to stand with 200 votes on the whether it's crispy or not. Okay. Oh, okay. There's Kiki. Okay. There we go. Oh, interesting. Um. Okay. Katie, work history. Okay. Oh, these are Brenda sent me some of the places for autistic children around that area, I believe. Thank you, Brenda, for sending that. Okay. So Boomerang Hotels, huh? Oh, Veronica. Veronica, if you could please email me as soon as it's convenient for you. You made a comment in the chat the other day. I would love to know about that. If you can, maybe not put it in chat, but if you could email me those details, so we could talk, I'd be so awesome. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Happens to be about the home of Sebastian. Yes, please. If you could, whenever you get time, I would be so grateful if you could, please email me. And you shared something. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. If you could share with me what you can in an email, so we could talk about that, because it's very interesting what you said. And yeah. Okay, that's awesome. That would be great, Veronica. Yeah, it'd be huge. Be huge. Holy shit. Okay, now I'm gonna get sidetracked, Veronica. I really really appreciate that, Veronica. God bless you. But oof. Okay, now I forgot what I was gonna do, because man. Yeah. You just got here, so yeah, may have to kind of catch up because oh my gosh, the internet would break. The internet would break. Uh, yeah, I appreciate that. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and no worries. Whenever you get time, but man, I do feel like the information you may have would be very important. Very important. But if you can, maybe not talk about it right now, just because we can um, get on the same page, as we would say. Okay. What did I do? So Kitty's thing, right? Okay. Okay. So this is sent from Kiki. Okay. So it says Katie Lynn Rogers, Kathy Rogers, Katie Lynn Payne. Obviously, these are some of her former last names. Work brand management associate at Boomerang Hotels. Where are Boomerang Hotels located? Boomerang Hotel. Hotel locations. Australia. I mean, in the States, Maryland. What? Boomerang Hotels, brand management associate. Uh, where's Kiki? Thank you, Chris. If she's working for those in marketing, that would be why she's traveling. Interesting. Um, yeah. Be interesting to know like the dates of this. Do we know any kind of like time frame of this? I know here it doesn't have any, timeline. Um, yeah, I'll definitely look into that. That's awesome. You never know what rabbit hole that'll take you down for sure. Officer, oh, you missed it here, officer. Just in case if you missed it, I released uh that. Oh, I'm not on screen. I was able to share this with my thing, but if you guys came in late and missed what I talked about Sumner County, I'll share that last. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, so we've already gone 2 hours, so I'm gonna try to finish up here. Oh, the office is in Hendersonville. Okay. I'll have to look into that. I think that's awesome. I mean, thank you, Kiki. You never know where that could go for sure. But man, oh, I'm so glad you showed up, Veronica. Holy man, holy hell. Okay. Two things, and one other thing I'm going to share that I haven't shared yet that we're going to look into. So okay. Just to recap, if you missed, yes, right. You need the truck, right, Jamie Lynn? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can haul it with the van, right? Yeah, there's a reason it's called a fifth wheel, right? Because it needs to be attached to the truck in a specific way because of its load. Yeah. Yes, you are correct in that. Oh yeah. Sometimes if you email me for the first time, it'll land in my junk email. Um, yeah. If you can just do join the Outlook, and maybe if you just want to send, hey, like Veronica in the subject line, it's me, Veronica, and then I'll just look it up. And then I'll respond to you, and then because yeah, sometimes especially if it's a first time person sending something. So I'm sorry, officer, if you sent something to me, I'll have to go back through. Like again, sometimes I get a few emails, and then sometimes it's like you guys get together and go, let's email Chris. Yeah, again, yeah. And I know you guys are just trying to help, so that I'm not knocking anybody. But yeah, yep. Just yeah, if you can, just put Veronica in the subject line or something. And then I will be looking out for that because, yeah. Okay. Two things. Recap something, and then I'm going to talk about the next upcoming stuff. And then if I speak with Veronica, and depending on where that goes, we could just break the damn internet. Holy cow. Yeah. Okay, so recently a local that lives close by to where Sebastian lives, not in the neighborhood, but somewhere nearby, and it was a separate incident, and two Sumner County deputies showed up for a little dispute or whatever. But after kind of that was settled, they started, having a conversation. And this person follows the channel, not my channel, but just follows this case in general. And they start talking about the case. And they told her, or this person, that they are following up on tips. They said that they even had a tip not too long ago where they went to the Texas Roadhouse, the one that we know of, and allegedly there was a sighting of Sebastian, and somebody called it in. And I think it was like somebody that was there eating, and they looked over and they thought it was Sebastian or something like that. I'm not sure the exact details. So they actually went, before they went to Texas Roadhouse, they called them and said, hey, put that glass that the child was, or the teenager was using, put that aside, so then they could go and take it, and I'm assuming go do DNA swab test, So, I mean, that's very specific, right? They also mentioned, because they had heard the rumor, because this is somebody that follows the case pretty closely, and this is wild, is one of them. So let me go widescreen. So that's the home right there, right? Now, when they set up, the command center was at this fire station right here. So it was just down the street, and, they had the command truck right here. We've seen news clips of the command center, a big, like, RV type looking thing. And anyway, this officer, because this person had heard the rumor, and I think many locals did, is some had thought they had actually seen them arrive at 6 a.m. at the command center. Now, why that is a big thing and like, whoa, what the hell, is because allegedly, or well, according to the dispatch audio, which we've, obviously we have, it says that the call came in at 6:35, 6:36, something like that, 6:30 something. And remember, Katie allegedly woke up at 6 a.m. And then didn't leave the home until about like 6 6:20ish, if I recall. 6:15, 6:20, somewhere around in there. And remember, Katie even said while she was on the phone that when she got to the school, she was told, oh, now the call has officially gone in and it's got reported, and now she can turn around. But here's the thing. There allegedly was reports that they had seen them arriving at this command center at 6 a.m. And one of the deputies, this person flat out asked him, like, hey, what time did you guys arrive? And one of them said, yeah, I got there at 6 a.m. and answered it immediately. They didn't go like, oh, yeah, it was 2 years ago. I'm not sure. They just said, yeah, I got there at 6 a.m. The other guy said like because he was in like in a different county or something, he got there like at 8 or something like that. So why that is odd is because one says 16. Yeah, I don't know which one. If you know, Kiki, if you could tell me. Yeah, I don't know about the 618, but yeah, 635. Thank you, Kiki. The big issue is, well, Katie got up at 6 a.m. according to her story, yet how are the officers arriving at 6 a.m. as if they've already been alerted almost even before 6 a.m.? If you guys are catching my drift. That means, again, in this hypothetical hypothesis, is that, because remember, Crispy is the one that allegedly initiated the call on a non-emergency line, which, what the first thing you do when you call the non-emergency line? It's an automated thing, and the first thing it tells you is like, hey, if this is an actual emergency, call 911. Or press 1 or, whatever, and it gives you, different commands. And it takes you, this is one of the things we thought about doing is having somebody call the non-emergency line and time it just on the automated side just to see how long it takes. Because, when you call 911, you're right to the emergency. And and what's even stupider is that call, that non-emergency call, does end up going to the 911 center anyway. So all this stuff about Crispy talking about, oh, it's faster to get right to the sheriff, it's absolute bullshit. He's full of shit, and he knows it. So hopefully you guys get what I'm trying to say is, it's a possibility that this call came in much earlier, which again conflicts with Katie, waking up at 6 a.m., who would not know, if her child was gone already. It's like, how'd they know that he's missing already? If you guys are getting what I'm saying. So there's some issues, and literally, I can't get into exact details, but there is a possibility. Again, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to jinx it or anything. It's a possibility that we could actually get some of that potential audio of this conversation. And they talk a lot about Sebastian's case. And the one thing I didn't mention earlier is at the end of the conversation, now these two deputies, which are really nice. So I just want to kind of say, like, there's no love loss, again, when it comes to Craddock, right? But, of course, there could be bad apples in any agency, department, whatever, etc. But I do think there are good, honest deputies, sheriffs, whatever, that want to do the right thing, or do want to help solve this case. But, I think there is just maybe some bad management, whatever, what have you. And the other thing after this conversation was done is this person got the feeling like, because again, I have to be careful what I say, because again, this was just literally told to me today. They basically got the feeling that these deputies pretty much, because there are certain things that this person said and their kind of reactions, basically kind of gave off that they believe, again, Allegedly. Big grain of salt. But they got the impression that these deputies were pretty convinced. They felt like these deputies were convinced that, Crispy and KK were responsible. But they just don't have that one piece that they can take to the DA to, But I'm telling you guys, there is a potential possibility that man. And then the other thing is I may be getting some surveillance footage, and I'm going to see, because remember, I can see from one of the cameras, I can see this part right. Sorry. Come on. Oh, there it is. Oops. There's an updated one, I think. The camera cuts through, so I can see Long Hollow right here. And so I've never looked at that particular angle before. I've never thought about that until today. So that is something that I'll be doing Sunday or Monday. And so we may have a very, especially if I speak with Veronica in the next few days, because I don't want to put pressure on her, because, but if especially if I speak with Veronica and stuff, we could have some very big bombshells coming this next week. Kiki says on one channel they said they contacted the sheriff, not sheriff's office. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know. I mean, I get kind of what you're saying. They contact. Oh, the phone. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, he says he called the non-emergency line that eventually took him to a sheriff or something like that. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, Kiki. Now I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a circus. Yeah, Michelle, here, I'll just show you if you missed it. Boom. And this is in Maryland. Before I had to block this out, but my contact was Grace felt comfortable enough that I could release the upper half of the photo. So, yeah. All right. I'm sorry, guys, for going a little bit longer than I anticipated. CB or CP? CB. Is that something? Crabtree? CB. Sorry, Harley. Did you mean CP? CB. I'm sorry. Harley, can you elaborate on CB? I know I'm probably, it's going to hit me a second. You give me the details. Yeah, Veronica, that whole situation, it makes no sense. And again, I literally, because this individual, this is what's funny, is this person literally, they actually called the non-emergency line because, I don't want to get into this situation, but the story with the deputies and how they got there, they called the non-emergency line and they realized like how long it took to actually get to somebody. And they're like, and then the first thing it says is like, if you have an emergency, call 911, and so that just kind of makes me laugh. Yeah, email is, oh, Mama Socks. Or you mean, yeah. my email is in the description of all my videos. The link is there, but I'll put it in the chat. But Veronica, it is. I don't know if you're on your phone or PC, but if you go below the live and you go into the description and just populate it, it'll have the email there. But believe me, I promise you, our conversation could be very interesting. But yeah, join the Mobcrat Outlook. And again, yeah, sometimes if it's first time sending it, not always, but sometimes they'll send it, especially if there's an attachment. I think, with Outlook, I think, if it's somebody new with Outlook and it's got like an attachment, I think it tends to try to put it in junk as like a suspicious, I don't know. Okay, yeah, no worries, Veronica. When you can, I know it's the weekend, but yeah, it is wild. Okay, thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you to everybody. What motel? The Hilton Inn Garden. If you go back in my life, are you talking about the sighting? Sorry, I don't know. Maybe you did a super chat, so it must be to me. It's the Garden Hilton Inn. It's in Maryland, November 16th of last year. Hobo Mom, great work, Chris. Thank you so much, Hobo Mom. God bless you. And sorry, I'm losing my voice. And thank you so much for the gifted Mob Crew membership. I'm so sorry. Don't mean to run through these. But thank you to everybody for the support, and thank you for the jewels. I'm sorry, I just hindsight. Thank you. Sometimes it pops up, but yeah. Oh, did I forget to put Outlook.com? Oh no, I got it. But yep, I'll look out for it when you can, and yeah. So, oh, there's the jewels at the top. Amber, two different Ambers. Beva loves MSCS, June and June. Thank you all so much for the jewels. Sorry if I missed somebody in hindsight. Again, it's something new. Oh, and the vote, 81% and 19. So there's a few that still don't feel like it's crispy. Again, I'm telling you guys, there'd be just a few other details that I can't share because it would just break the source. But it's crispy. 99.9%. It's crispy out there in Maryland. So, oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Veronica, and I am super looking forward to, yeah. Holy shit. All right, I'm losing my voice for some reason. All right, guys, I was gonna do a members live, but I think we went 2 hours, and maybe we'll try to sneak one in tomorrow because I would love to talk a little bit more with the members, kind of about the societies and get your guys' thoughts and theories, because it's hard when you have over 500-600 people plus in the chat. I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't read everybody's, so I do apologize. Thank you, Candy. Let's do a pet outro though, and I'll try to shoot for a members live. If not, we should be back Monday. And we may be working on that 6 a.m. thing. So we'll actually maybe looking at some real footage and see if that's true. Because again, that's been a rumor, and a lot of rumors. That's interesting. A lot of these rumors have panned out in one shape or form or another. Sometimes they're just like the telephone game where they've kind of been altered a little bit, but the core part of the rumor, a lot of these have panned out. And anyway, and I give, again, anybody can use my material, whether you shout out me or not. I don't care. I would, I'm not that kind of person. As long as you're covering Sebastian, whether we agree or disagree, so we need to take the high road for Sebastian, right? And come together. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. Oh, Veronica, thank you so much. God bless you, Veronica. So pit outro. We'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, if not Monday for sure. So God bless you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. You guys are amazing. God bless.
Much to bear and you don't care and I won't play alone.
Thank you, Michelle.
I got you in my sight. I keep all the witches.
Yeah, Barb, yeah.
I get you.
Great comment. Thank you, Bo. And thank you to my wonderful mod, Sassy and Sensei. Yeah. Oh, thanks, officer. I'll try to look out for your email. I will try to look for it, officer. Sure. Yeah, I think he did. I think that's suspicious. Oh, thank you, Drago. Oh, thank you, Cool Cougar. Thank you, Sasha. Lisa, God bless.